see if my radio works.
So, where do I start this one? Now, this particular story here takes place in the Sierra Nevada mountains, but this time it's further north, up around the Oregon border. A place I was near where the Patterson film was filmed, Bluff Creek, Northern California. For quite a few years, I was doing extensive investigating and field research night and day in that particular area. I found that the Sasquatches in that area are mainly rogues, usually male, and they're very aggressive. Very aggressive. They're intelligent, but not as intelligent of some of the others that I've talked to. But nonetheless, they're not stupid, that's for sure. But this type, when you do research with these guys, you have to be really careful because of the fact they're so aggressive. I have had interactions with them up there before. They got aggressive on us. So you got to be real careful when you conduct research in this one particular area. Now the area I'm talking about is a little tiny spot way up in Northern California. It's called Helena. It's in Helena, California, which it has its own California history. It was a silver town. It was a silver strike that was found up in that part of California. A lot of people are not aware of that. It was a cattle rancher, and he created a town. They had their own school, their own post office. They had their own everything, their own church. It was for the miners. This took place back during the gold rush days, around the early 1850s. This same area, these cryptid entities have been residing in this area for a long time, hundreds and thousands of years, a long time. It took a while before I could find this particular spot, to be honest. It took a lot of investigating, a lot of research. There's something really special about this area. You see, it forks right up the Trinity River. And when it forks off to this one area that runs through Helena, it goes to one special area. A lot of us know of it over here. It's called the Oregon Pass. It's right at the base of the Oregon Pass. If anybody knows anything about the Oregon Pass, it's a migrating trail that goes all the way up into Canada. This area is probably one of the most dangerous areas to do any kind of night research at all. The daytime's bad enough, the night's worse. Now, me and Garland, through the years, we've had blue experiences with these entities in this one area. And they haven't been pleasant times at all with these guys. Like I said, they're very, very aggressive. So, we were up there on this one particular weekend. And I chose this one weekend because it was the last time I was going to do any kind of research up there. I wanted to spend all my time now where I'm at now on my Sierra project. So I figured we'd give it one last big go up here, up north of the Sierras. Now, we had to go up to that area to begin with anyway, because I was going up to the Bigfoot Museum, which is in China Flat, Northern California. Prior to that, I've already donated some artifacts that I found out in the field. And I was going up to the Bigfoot Museum. I was going to donate DVDs that I had done night research and day research. And I wanted to cover that area in Helena district. And so when we got done with business at the Bigfoot Museum, We took off back down to Atlanta. We went to an area in a spot that I always camped out at when I conducted my research, which is right off the splits and forks. As a matter of fact, you're about right there at the base, the Oregon base of the pass. So we set our camp up, set our equipment up, and then just before that, we're waiting for the sun to drop. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, I decided I'm going to go scouting around the area so I know what's around the vicinity before the sun drops. I always like to get an idea of the environment I'm around. So we did. I started finding evidence that they were there. Right off of one of the creek sides, there's another creek that forks off the one trendy part of the forks. And it runs along horizontal alongside where our camp's at. We were down by the water side, just running off the Puget Smell. We turned around and looked down our left, found the carcass of a deer. The deer was killed. We got it. But not by no human. Not by no human. Not by no animal. Done by something else. They used to be which was not used for any kind of blade. More so used, say, from jag and sharks, like the early hominids, but a disemboweled here. It was exactly the same. And we don't see them like that. Don't pick that up. Me and Garth sat around, set the camp up, had a campfire going. You gotta have a campfire going, believe me. And we got it going and roaring, and we're waiting. Finally, we take get our cameras and our lights and get down to the beach. We get down to the beach area where the two rivers fork from each other from the main road, the transit. Right across the other side of the river, rock markers set up in such a way I've never seen before. Then I'm looking straight down northern, in a northern direction, looking way down the river. Right off the bank, something is squatting.
Can I make this part?
It's a complete squat position, covered in dark hair. I could see it plain as day. I yelled, Vern came over there and saw it. It looked at us and evaded us and went into the woods. So we start scouting around the whole beach area. Found some footprints. Found some footprints in the water. They were hanging underneath off the water. Probably feeding off the freshwater climb. There's some nice trout running through there. I guess they're fishing. Foraging for food. But all the rock markers that were set up told me there was more than one that would come there. It told me several. So we got off the beach, and we're walking up back up to the ridge, and then we got halfway point. I said, we're going to stay right here. Wait. So we sat there in the darkness and waited. Maybe 12:30. So then all of a sudden, you can hear something walking. It's not walking over the legs. This thing is walking upright. You can't help but hear it because it's walking up the water line. It's not the same rock. Though it had enormous weight to it because every step it took was very consciously, slowly slid on that and we start working towards the water line. We had our flashlight for a second. I caught a glance. I said, I shine real quick. It turned late, it's disappeared in darkness. We were hoping to get him on video. So we kind of run around, stay a little closer, quiet, hoping he'll come out there. He does. He came back. But he knew we were there. We come in and he just let us know he was there. Then all of a sudden, got the strangest feeling. Like he had all kinds of eyes upon him. But you couldn't see where they were at. Made us feel really, really nervous, uncomfortable. I checked my sidearm to make sure she was out of the water. These guys are too aggressive. I don't want to be stuck in a situation where everything goes awry. So we decided the best thing to do was evade ourselves and head back to camp. As we did so. As soon as we got back to the vehicle, all kinds of strange vocalizations start filling the air. You could just feel the intensity of the air. Something wrong. Bad wrong. I don't like what I'm feeling right now. Something doesn't like it. You get this feeling it's not good to stay here. It's time to leave. So, that's exactly what we did. I didn't think the vehicle was going to make it out. I tried 3 times. And then finally we got it. We ended up pulling out of there around 3 or 4 o'clock that morning. On the way home, me and G just looked at each other. They both said at the same time, that was the last trip up here. Then I haven't been back since. We've not given home, but we did accomplish our mission. We got the artifacts to the Bigfoot Museum, and I got to do the last research in that area up there where we're at today. Someday I might return back up there again, but right now I'm too busy with my Sarah project over here. Now, I documented that too by paper and by video, and guess what? You can see that. Check it out. So, that is so we'll go to story number 3. This one here happened, I believe, was around 2016. I think it was about a couple years after the National Geographic. And there was this one area that we were doing field research. Not only did they field research in this one area, it did at night. Because of several reasons. A lot better choice to pick, especially when you're for evidence. And that's exactly what I always do. I'm looking for evidence. Or whatever evidence I can gather. So we come up to this one area and I found some droppings. That's what droppings. Quite a bit of indication of a small group. Maybe 3 or 4 more. But at least I know there's 3 or 4. And this time around it was very fresh. And you may ask, how did I know it was Sasquatch droppings? That's an easy one. Because I'm the guy that tried to put in the books. I have been doing investigative researching on those droppings for years. And I can't identify it. The simple thing is, when you look at their droppings, they resemble him. But not him. Not how. Something. But I know what to look for. research. You can kind of say I'm kind of like the founder of the documents I've been documented. They're on the internet, in the archives. And to be quite honest, to this day today, there are other researchers that go by that because I have actual public records on the internet, and they go by those records. So that's why I knew they were there in this winter. I went past the droppings. I didn't go beyond that point before. And as we went in a deeper area, we came across this one area and dropped down into a ravine. Down upon the ravine was a nice, fast flowing creek. Beautiful flowing creek. Crystal clear water. Nice green algae growing through it. Very good. Full of food. Creek was full of food. Right off the bank of that flowing creek there was a mark that came from a tree. The night was dry. There was no such trees of that sort in the area. Yet there was. It was what I call directional marker. Say point of direction of travel. Marker also was a symbol of water. East side was Point Creek. On the other side of Point Creek was a trail. To be quite unique. Point of travel. They use these markers as you and me would use a road sign. That's exactly what they use it for. The symbols of communicating. So we follow. And I stayed right off the bank. I traveled it like simply would the highways. See, believe it or not, these guys don't like walking on like debris and go to places where it's too difficult to walk. They don't wear shoes or make shoes out their feet. They're the same way. Listen, I'm doing a walk where it's more comfortable. This weren't there for me. That's why I follow along with them. So I'm traveling, we're going down the road. I got a small team this time. Me and Carl. The first thing I come up with is a fresh snap. Snap tree. Alright, on the right track. I keep following. I'm heading straight to and about this point we're in about, I'd say about a mile and a half along the creek. All of a sudden I stopped. Took a rest. And all of a sudden I turned to my left and looked up at the ridge. Because I'm down in the ravine. And I looked up. All of a sudden, something black flashed up at me. They were up on the ridge. I had the picture of the ridge was full of pine. Horse up there, scared, looking for pine. I probably caught it, say about a second or two. I wasn't quite sure what it was. Could have been nothing. Shadow. What's the problem I have with it? Shadows don't move. Just move. I turned around and I told Barney, I said, fellas, see me says, yeah. Says, I'm not sure yet. Don't be quiet. I'll continue to walk. So we continued our hike along the Point Creek as if we're not aware of it. We walked a little bit along a little bit and stopped. Looked right at the ridge. I saw you. I guess sly little bugger. I caught you. Both one. details have on it. They do. So, I know they're there. Probably know how they're there.
It's a lot
I work
worse
it.
over
As
here.
if
Bad.
I stayed
Got
calm.
my friend Henry.
I didn't get it. And then, back up to the ridge. But they're here. They're not as expected. But they're still around. They're still watching. At that point in time, there was no further to go. I was too many kids. And I knew they weren't supposed to go all that. So I took the best path, like 3 minutes on 8 points. And I called right out of the gate, right up to the ridge.
Oh, it's getting worse. It's turning into snow. Oh,
You can
hell
tell,
no.
right? No
We got
related
snow. We got
open area.
snow.
We had this one area that looked like a big hill.
Surrounded. Dry.
Thick pines.
Rain, sleet, snow.
It's late in the afternoon.
How about that?
Just straight ahead of hills out with that little bit of movement. You start climbing pine trees. They're all over the place. Pines they belong here. Oh, snap, oh, wait.
Wow, now it's really, really, really
They
snowy.
did not belong anywhere this was in.
Look at this. Look at this.
If you go into the part of the forest, they were not.
They're like fat snowflakes.
Oh, it's nice. You continue to investigate the area. Walk in further. And all of a sudden, I
And
see
then it gets
something I've never
thinner.
seen.
That's so
And it's
crazy.
blowing my mind without looking up because it's right
Now it's just rain.
in the middle of nowhere. Right smack in the middle. I'm looking to my north. Think of it. I'm looking at 8 pine trees. All sleep. That's it. Each tree. And the rest of the tree was missing. Other side.
And we're back to snow.
The other curious thing, we just 100% up. Looking at the house circle. Remind me of Stonehenge. We were on a house circle. All snapped at the same level. What does it mean? It means something. It's a symbol. It's a civilization.
It's really snowing up here in Brigham.
I'm looking to the south.
Brigham
Oh my God, I can't believe this. Are you freaking kidding? There is a shelter. Constructed. Completely built, constructed. And it was big. There was significant lighting. All the years like the difference. I've documented by paper and video above ground shelters, which they only use for temporary reasons. You see, because in reality, the real world, they live in the ground. They don't live above the ground. They're not conformed above the ground. I've recorded where they built constructed shelters. Stay out of the environment. It's just temporary. But when they travel, they use it as a base. That's it. They make it well in the ground. Like subterranean caves, sufficient caves, caverns, subterranean. This is where they live. It's absolute. That's where they live. That's why now a shot in a million
It's
to
really
just come out,
scary.
run right smack into this area, flat out, nowhere.
Oh, this
It was mind-boggling. It was
must have
mind-blowing.
just started not too long
You
ago.
got to see this hut. I mean, it's
It hasn't stuck to the
completely
roads
eerie.
yet. So,
I
we started
investigated the
out
whole
with some
outside of it. I
rain,
wanted to go inside.
some slow,
I really did really bad.
some rain,
The rest of the members told me
some
not to.
dryness,
They kind of
some
talked me
rain,
out.
some snow,
Maybe it was good they did.
some big
Something could
snow,
have been in there.
some
But I
sleet,
do know this.
some snow again.
The 2 male squatches that were gone, they were still there watching us.
Dry.
And what did this area represent in the first place? What did it mean? The whole thing was eerie. Really eerie. Some made sense, some didn't make sense of it. That's why I classified that area as a Sierra hinge. I have that on my channel. You can see it out. I believe the title of the video is called Sierra Hinge. It's one of my recent videos I put up. And the other 2 stories, the first 2 I told you, like I said, you can see those on my channel too. That's why I like documenting by video as well as by paper. Seeing is believing. Check that shelter out. Telling you guys, you've never seen anything like it. So,
Yeah, check his
those are my
channel out.
stories I had for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed them. I do have a lot more. But it would take hours and hours and hours to cover what I know, believe me.
This guy has his own YouTube
Long
channel.
time to cover everything I know. And these are just a few more of the stories that are factual, actually happened. And right
it's really
now,
been snowing up in Brigham.
I'm working on another project, still the Sierra project, but I'm investigating in another vicinity right now, a higher altitude, what I've been doing lately. So my research keeps me pretty busy. I'm all over the place. But I'll go ahead and let you guys go right now. I hope you enjoy the stories. And I would love to return to tell you some more if you would like Nick to have me back. I'd be more than welcome to come back. I'll whip some more stories out of y'all. Well, I guess I'm about done.
Well, that's it for tonight's show. If you've had a Bigfoot sighting and would like to be a guest, please leave a message.
There's so much snow up here. I know it's smelly. Yep, it sure is. Alright, give me 1 second. Yep, hopefully it stops.
My grassman sightings happened in Hocking County, and they started in about 2017, the spring. A buddy of mine and me, we had been hearing them down at his cabin, and it's in a campground. We've been hearing the grassman, the dreaded Ohio howl, the famous one. We was hearing, I mean, that exact same howl, and we would hear it 2 or 3 times a night, and we got pretty excited about it. And we setting out on his deck one night, listening like we always did. I'd get down probably maybe once or twice a week, and we just set out till the wee hours on the deck, listening and talking a little bit and drinking coffee. And one night we had heard the grassland, and we had heard coyotes. Now it sounds like they're rounding them up because I mean this campground is a big campground. It's got like 8 miles of road in it, and it has on the outskirts nothing but woods. I mean, just every direction. And one highway runs down by there, and then they go off the side right there into the campground. So we're setting out, listening to all the sounds, and just kind of looking around, and then across the valley, we see a big shadow, and all of a sudden it comes out into the light on the adjacent property. Now, mind you, this is actually, I was wrong when I said spring. This was actually in the wintertime. I got my signals crossed up there. This was actually happening in the winter because there was nobody hardly in the campgrounds, just him, and I think there was like maybe 5 other people scattered out in the campgrounds, and one of them was across the valley. This guy was a truck driver, so he'd only there once in a while. But he had a security light, and the security light almost never comes on for anything except when he's out. And that's when we saw the different shadow, and then all of a sudden this grass man steps out into the light. And he's, you know, it's hard to tell how tall he was from the distance we were at, but we could see flat ground. And we could see it's big.
And it's got, yay, it's just thin snow.
It's really small spots that I see. Watching, trying to figure out what's going on. This is just kind of back and forth. It's like trying to keep the security light on. Or something is what we were, you know, trying to figure, because it wasn't really moving anywhere. It was just standing in that one spot. So we're watching this thing, trying to figure out what's doing. And like I said, we didn't get a lot of detail because the Barney Bill with that long arms. And the next thing you know, another one came out and came right up to it. Now the bus standing there surrounded, and then we moved to this thing that we didn't know what we were on. But we were just watching it swim back and forth. The second one was not the same size. The rifle seemed down and it was like this huge together. Both of us were in the same way. But it was just really weird to figure out what they were actually doing. And then finally, they just turned and walked off. They just said the same thing. It was really bizarre. We had had a couple like that where we would sit on the deck and we would just come out and we would get
My gosh,
that same area where we'd see that once we'd see that security light come on, we'd get all excited because we knew, hey, we might come out. And we want to watch this guy. That nothing would happen. We would see all the time. It wasn't like going there or anything like that. It was just on the case. And we'd be watching twice after the initial one. And got to the point where there was a youth that actually would follow my buddy around as he was going to his campus. I mean, we ended up making this campground every day has a golf cart. They ride around golf carts. But in the winter, when there's nobody there, he still goes and keeps an eye on other people's lots and stuff like that. He was actually a director for a while at the time.
it slowed down.
And people would sneak in and try to steal stuff. And so we would go around and check this stuff out and see everybody's, you know, the shit that they did. And in the process, we got to witness that this youth was falling around. It would stay about 50 yards away from me, and it would always stay behind trees, behind the cabins, just, you know, we would just see it peeking out. And they told me about this, so I went down, and sure enough, you know, we went on the hill, because he's right behind me on the hill, and it was from the bottom, it's a big, you know, it's a big valley, and he's probably up the hill, and at the top of the hill is where the cell service, and there was a big water tank up there. So we moved up to that water tank, quite quickly, because it's right at the edge of the big woods. It starts at that water tank, and goes on forever. So we're It was probably maybe midnight, 12:30. And looked over to the side, and sure enough, I saw that campsite kind of rise up between two trees. But we couldn't get any detail from it. We could just see the kind of shoulders. And there was that these guys were watching us. It was pretty exciting. There was no time to feel any need to run or any fear or anything. As a matter of fact, I'm playing, we talked to him all the time about his dad stuff. And so I really talked to him. No, we didn't take any pictures of or anything like that. Because if you want to scare them off, that's what you do. You get a camera and they're gone. Just put a camera in it. It seems like they know that it's something they don't like for whatever reason. Whether they know it's a camera or whatever, that's how you scare them off. Same way with terrapins. The terrapins come here. But there is a trick to that also, which we learned, which brings me to my the first non-visible encounters with the grass man. There is a nature reserve close by. It's actually more than Fairfield County, Department County. And this nature reserve is a box community. It's about a mile down into the Department area, which, you know, it's privately owned, but folks aren't out there. Adjacent to it, it runs into
So tired.
the canyon.
Someone had disturbed my sleep.
With the guy that lived there originally, and then his son inherited the house. This property, believe it or not, has been in this neighborhood since the 1700s, like early to mid 1700s. And they've been documenting these grassmen as they come in every year. And sometimes they stay all summer, sometimes they come in the spring, and then once again in the summer for a couple of weeks in the year. And sometimes they stay this summer. But his whole family had been documented. And these grassmen claims
Grassmen.
and actually, this sounds not crazy, but they actually do have a language, and these folks pass that language, what they do from generation to generation, down their family. So this guy, my brother and friends, was over 100 meters taller than the boy before him. And he was living on there since he was a little kid. My dad had moved. This river just goes out and this because there's waterfalls, scenic cliffs, of course, because it's connected. There's a natural amphitheater there. And one of the things that drove me there, besides the waterfall, was on this storm. Everything was in the guy's house. It still has the original one with the dirt floor. And when his ancestors actually used to go down and paint when the Indian tribes came back. And they would get to that natural amphitheaters where they would have their meetings with the different tribes, and he actually got permission to go. So my buddy's looking at the paintings, and he was noticing more of where the liquid was sat, he was sewing. And he would take note of that and put it in the box and display it and beat it and get around in those spots. And actually did find some Indian beads and stuff. He found arrowheads, but he sees how it's quite different. There's no logs there. As long as you're not caves or kindling with skeletons or anything like that. But anyway, as he got to know the guy more and more, he would trickle some information to him. Like I said, his face said they were after a spore, some kind of spore that was in this food. I had to find out exactly what kind of tree it was. It looked kind of like grass, but it wasn't, because we thought maybe it was after the rainbow back spore. But that wasn't the case. It was actually some kind of spore that was in there. And that was really intriguing. And the same info that we found out from this guy, this thing had been documented, and he's still talking. And it touching back on that language, the only way I can describe words that I've seen from it, that they let us write down journals. We didn't get a lot of it, though, but we got a little bit.